All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth that are pushing his knowledge and truth and his sincerity. All right, it's the Brother Bros off in the GMS Arizona camp with a real quick lesson. Just speaking about how this past weekend at camp, we were visited by the chariots of the Lord. All right, and it was a beautiful moment, for us, Akim. It's definitely, a faith booster and something that just, overall energized our spirits, man. That just increased the faith in Yahweh Shem Shai that we are following along the right path and bending this truth and coming up under the doctrine of Great Millstone and under the teachings of the apostles, that we're walking in the right path. And the Lord will do things like that to confirm his word, to confirm with his true believers that we're doing, that he's pleased with our work and we're doing what he wants us to be doing the right way. All right, so I'm going to open up the lesson in Psalms 34, verse 7. And it reads, "The angel of the Lord Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." All right, and who are in the so-called UFOs? Well, the so-called UFOs, which in the Bible, one of the many names that they're identified as is chariots of the Lord or chariots of Israel. There's the angels of the Lord are in there, man. They're in those chariots, and the Lord are gonna have them take charge over the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so in a time of Jacob's trouble, in a time of great calamity and chaos, the Lord is gonna send out his angels in the chariots to encamp about those that fear the Lord. The ones that fear the Lord are the true believers, the elect. All right, the ones that are following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability and living their lives for the purpose and the will of the Lord, serving the Lord to the best of their ability in righteousness and in sincerity. The Lord's going to encamp the angels around those men. Those are the men you're going to find out on the highways and byways. Those are the men and the women and the children, okay, that understand and believe, And that was just confirmation for us brothers, man, to continue in the faith, to see all of the chariots. Now, I got a quick video. All right, right here you see it says chariots show themselves before GMS AZ camp. So let's check it out.
Outside.
That's fucking crazy. Wow, look at that. What the fuck is... They coming together and shit.
Yeah. And you can
it's like
see.
they breaking off and coming together, man. I can't see the third one. Where's the third one?
It's flying just like it said in the scriptures. Like
the chariots in the sky, and there were many. You see? And there were many chariots, man. This is just one video that one of the Akim in the camp posted, the brother Kabash. But there was many chariots, man. There was a whole fleet of chariots. In every direction we looked in, there was more. And they were just popping up, and they were, they were doing maneuvers and so on and so forth, man. And that was just a really, really beautiful thing to see, man. It was a beautiful thing to see. This was right before we started our camp. So, we know that the Lord is with us. We know that the Lord is with us. That's why he sent his chariots and made sure that the men of the Lord were able to see that, because there were people walking around. We were the only ones that could see him. Like, other people just walking past, not paying attention to nothing. And that was for us. That was for the Lord's elect. That was for the Lord's men. Let's get into Psalms, the 91st chapter. I'm gonna go down. This is a good chapter, going into how the Lord is gonna protect us and defend us in that day. But I'm gonna start at verse 8. Psalms 91:8. It says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." That's because the elect one are gonna be protected first and foremost. But when it comes down to the deliverance, the book of Revelations goes into how we can get it. There's going to be a sea of glass, right? Mingle with fire, okay? Revelations 15:2, it says, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand on the sea and glass, having the harps of the Most High." And let's go to the precept. And it says, "And they sing the song of the servant of the Most High and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, the Lord, power almighty, just and true are his ways, thou King of the saints." Now, going back into verse 2, it says, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire." Now, this is after the elect have been delivered unto the UFOs, because that's where the deliverance is going to come from. The elect is going to have to they're going to get picked up from the four corners of the earth, and these so-called UFOs are going to be taken up out of the atmosphere while nuclear missiles is being rained down on the earth, primarily here in America, also the land of Israel. They're going to be completely cleansed and destroyed with fire, nuclear fire. That fire is also going to consume the wicked. It's going to consume 2/3 of our people, man. So while this is happening, the chariots of the Lord are going to be gathering the elect from the four corners of the earth. All right, you can read about that in Matthew's 24th chapter, around about the 31st verse. Well, when the elect get beamed up, those chariots are going to have the floor of the chariots are going to be like glass where you can see through them. And all of those that have gotten victory, that did not take that MOTB, that did not worship the beast, that believed in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they're going to receive that deliverance. When they're in those chariots, they're going to be looking down through the chariots after destruction taking place, after nuclear destruction. That's that sea of glass, okay, mingled with fire. The sea of glass is the floor of the chariots. The fire is the nuclear destruction. All right, so now if we go back to Psalms 91, it says, only with thine, Psalms 91:8, it says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." And that's why, because you're going to be seeing it from that sea of glass mingled with fire. You already going to have received deliverance. That's why only with thy eyes shall you behold the reward of the wicked. All the wicked are going to be consumed in that fire, including 2/3 of the wicked Israelites. Verse 9 says, "Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." All right, we're going to be completely protected and fortified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in the day of Jacob's trouble, the day of destruction. Okay, the day that this society collapses. During that period of time, man, the Lord is going to have his angels, take charge over us. So verse 11 says, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee." All right, and those angels are in the chariots. The angels, they can manifest themselves, as men, as spirits, as, in many forms, man. But we know that the angels are in the chariots. It talks about that in Ezekiel, I believe, the first chapter. All right. It talks about the angels and the chariots and how when they power the chariots, it doesn't turn, but, the spirit is connected to it. So whatever they think the chariot does, man, that's why they can go this direction and that direction on a dime, change speeds, like whatever, it disappear, reappear, all those things. It talks about that in Ezekiel, the first chapter. But verse 11 says, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways." It says, "They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone." See that? That's what the angels are going to do for us, man. And we can read that all the way down, man. Psalms 91, like I said, a beautiful chapter that's comforting and shows the level of protection that's going to come from on high in that day. But, seeing those chariots at the camp, it just confirms these things, man, for the Lord's elect. A lot of these dudes that's playing with the word, they coming up against the prophets. Hey, they're not getting these sightings the way that we are here at GMS. And it's all about, what we're teaching. It's all about the fact that we're teaching the Lord's word the way he intended. You see, but they're not getting these visits the way that we are. It's because a lot of these, the word that's being pushed in a lot of these groups is false, and it's not sincere. It's packed full of lies and deceit. And all these, men that are scoffing and scorning and all that, man, that call themselves teaching the truth. Hey, the Lord's chariots ain't coming to see them. And so, hey, as brothers, all we got to do is continue in the faith. We got to continue to endure, continue to fight this good fight, because the Lord is showing us, that he is with us. So call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Until the day that we actually are physically in the chariot, man, we got to keep pushing.
That's fucking crazy.
Calm. So with that, man, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.